Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gananaam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahi Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtharajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvanmurtithisrita Sadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Deva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. समस्तजनकल्याणि निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां निताधाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते. We will have some question answer time right now so that we can go ahead. I have unmuted you all. So you will tell me about how does Panchikaran happen? What is the procedure of Panchikaran? How do they mix? I'll give for the newcomers to answer this. Morning class people have heard it many times. Shubhashish, Supratin, Mitali, Sonia. How does it happen? The Panchikaran, what is the procedure and how does it happen? What is the difference between a Panchikrit and Panchikrit? Panchamahabhut. Come on fast. Hmm? Tell me. My question is, what is the procedure of Panchikaran? Anybody can answer. How does it happen? Am I audible or not? Today nobody has come prepared. Shubhashish, where are you? Supratim.
Amma, Panchikaran means how from the Atman the three gunas came into existence and
No, no,
then
no, no,
okay.
no, you haven't.
Panchikrit means unmanifest.
Panchikrit means unmanifest. Yes, very good.
Panchikrit means the gross elements.
The gross, very good.
So from the
How-
tamas ansha of the 5 elements, whatever has sattva gun can get transformed into rajas, and from
No,
rajas
it's not the gunas. I am asking you, how does the gross Panchikrit gross Panchamahabhut, how does it come into existence? How does it take place? How can we see the earth element? Because the Apanchikrit, as Mitali said, the Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut cannot be seen. It is unmanifest. But this earth element is seen. The fire element is seen. When we light a lamp, the lamp is lit behind me, you can see. That fire is what? That is Panchikrit Panchamahabhut fire. When the oil gets when the oil gets exhausted, the fire goes back into that unmanifest, Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut. So come into existence. My question is this: that fire that I can see goes back into the unseen fire. So how does this fire come into existence?
for that all the 5 elements have to come together.
Yes, I want that
And-
procedure.
And
Very good. I want
and
that
this-
procedure.
what happens is each element, half of the element is like if it is space, if the predominant is space, half element is space, and then other half is divided equally into the 4 elements. So all the 5 elements have to come together
Yes, very good.
together to manifest.
Yes, very good. Good. This is what I wanted from all of you. This is so easy. Space, we will take space. Space, half it keeps with itself. The other half it divides into 4 and it gives it to the other 4 elements. Like the space element will be given to air, fire, water, and earth. 1/4, 1/4 it will distribute, but predominantly it will keep the space half of itself with itself. The other half it divides into 4 parts and it gives away, and it will take the from other 4 also, like that. So air will again divide it into half. It will keep its own half, major portion, and the other half is divided into 1/4. So Pratim, are you listening to me? So then this 1/4 will be again divided into space, air, space, fire, water, and earth. Air will give it to all the other 4. Similarly, fire also. All these things again combine itself. So one air element or one space element has all the 4. All the other 4 also it has space element. Air will have all the other 4. Air has the space, air has the fire, water, earth, everything. Fire element also has all the other 4. Similarly, earth element also has all other 4. Now tell me, if I am seeing an object, suppose I am looking at a beautiful flower. Tell me what is the earth element in that? I'm looking at a beautiful rose flower. What is the earth element in
Space.
that? Huh?
Smell.
Smell.
Smell. smells, because Gandhavati, Shabda Sparsha Rupras Gandhavati Prithvi. Definition of earth is Gandha. The gun of earth is Gandha, smell. Okay, so when I am looking at the flower, the form of the flower, what element am I looking at?
Rupa.
What that
Rup.
is Roop, but what element
Fire.
am I looking at?
Fire.
Please
Fire.
listen to my question
Fire.
properly. Which
Fire.
element? Very fire. Fire, because I'm trying to confuse you all. If that concept is not clear, you won't understand. That is why. Okay. Then, if I am making gulkand out of it, and I'm tasting it. What element is it?
Water.
Water. Very good. Water element. Then, if I am, what is the element? What is the gun of air in that?
Touch.
Very good. Touch. Okay. So all these things are acha. The space element, how will you know the space element in that? How will you come to know what is the guna space element? Space element in that. What is the guna of space?
Sound.
What is the quality of space? Sound. So when it drops, or when you, there is a sound in that. When it drops, it has got a sound. Okay. So that is the space element. So all the 5 are there in that flower. So that is a combination. So similarly, all the elements here, if it is seen grossly, it is a combination. Okay. So unless there is a combination, any element cannot give us a full view of everything. Why do we, next question, why do we need Panchikaran? Am I audible? Am I visible?
Visibility is okay, but bandwidth is very low. We'll have to take
Yeah, because
better
I've connected
connection.
myself from the phone.
We'll have to
Oh.
take better connectivity.
On the Wi-Fi actually is not working.
That
today,
is
so
why
I've connected from my phone.
Okay.
Yes.
Why your phone is not connected to Wi-Fi? What's the reason?
Wi-Fi is not connected actually. Wi-Fi is not working today. That's why my phone is not connected.
Wi-Fi is not
Just now the
working.
problem happened. I don't know what is the problem today. Just now it's not working. After the class, we'll call them and ask them. But I'm audible? Audible now?
Not very much clear. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
How do you want? Okay. So now what was my next question?
Why we need all
What was
the-
my question? Yeah. Why? What is the need of this Panchikaran?
to
Is
maximize
there a reason for
to maximize the bhog.
maximize?
The bhog.
To maximize the bhog. Yes. To suffer or to enjoy. Bhog means both. To either suffer or to enjoy. To give the maximum of suffering or maximum of enjoyment. This, so that all the sense organs have their own food. So to give us all the sense organs their own food, so that is why this Panchikaran has taken place. Okay, similarly in food also, we can smell it, we can see it, we can touch it. There's a shabd also in that. Everything is there. There's a fragrance. So all the 5 combined, that gives me maximum bhog, maximum enjoyment or suffering. That is why for the whole Srishti to happen, they have combined everything and then they are giving us this thing. How does it come? How does the sense organs work? How do they combine and work? Tell me. How does the sense organs combine and work? Sense organs of action and sense organs of perception. How do they? First, you tell me what is the material cause of sense organs of perception? What are the 5 sense organs of perception? Five sense organs of perception. What are they?
Ear, skin, eye, tongue, and nose.
Yes. Ears, skin touch, eyes, sight, nose, and smell. Nose and what the other one? One is left. Taste. Okay. So these are the 5 sense organs of action. Sorry, perception. Now tell me, what is the material cause of this? I want exact answer. The material cause of that. What is the material cause of eyes? Sight. Tell me the material cause of sight. No, to see it is fine. You're telling Shubhashish to see. That is the quality. The eye sees. But what is the material cause of sight? How do you see? Who's making you see?
Agni Devta.
Agni.
No, Suryama.
Exact answer. Which portion of Agni? You're right.
The Satwik.
Meenakshi.
No.
Which
Tamasic.
portion of Satwik? Very good. Satwik. Satwik. Not tamasic.
No,
Satwik.
not Satwik.
You're right. So Satwik aspect of Agni gives you perception from, and what is that aspect? What is the Rajasic aspect?
The feet.
It works with feet.
Feet.
It's not that difficult. It works with feet. Again and again, I'm trying to ask that question to be word. So it is in feet, eyes and feet. So the Rajasic aspect is okay. And the Tamasic aspect now, yeah, I know it's not very clear what to do. Bear with me. Because my Wi-Fi is not working today. So I've connected it from my phone. What is the Tamasic aspect? Yes, the blue that we see outside. That is a Tamasic aspect. Okay, what is the but of hearing, listening of the ears? Fast. What is the Satwik aspect? What is the space? I have already told you the answer. Satwik, yes, Akash. Satwik aspect of Akash is there in the ears. And what is the Rajasic aspect now?
Tongue.
Speech.
Where is the Rajasic? Tongue.
Speech.
Speech. Fine. Yes. And what is the tamasic aspect?
Where the words are traveling.
Yes, where the words are traveling. Very good. Okay, that space, the shabda is getting accommodated where? That is the space. That is the tamasic aspect. Now come to air. Okay, what is the sattvic aspect of air? Which organ, which sense organ does it make? Yes, very good. And it works with which rajasic aspect
Hands.
of air?
Hands.
Hands. Very good. Hands. Now the hands have these two. And what is this? What a tamasic aspect of that?
The experience of the air hitting us.
Tamasic aspect.
The experience of air hitting.
Yes. Yes. That which does. That we feel. Yes. Good. That what it does. Okay. Element. Where is the aspect of water?
Tongue.
Huh?
Tongue.
Tongue. Tongue. Taste. We can taste that. Yes. And rajasic aspect?
Genitals.
Genitals. Yes. Where it procreates. And what is the tamasic aspect
Whatever we are tasting.
of water? Yes. Very good. Now last but not earth element. What is the rajasic sattvic aspect of earth?
Smell.
What is it?
Smell.
Sattvic aspect of earth.
Smell.
Smell, nose. And the rajasic aspect?
Anus.
Anus.
Anus. Anus. Very good. Yes. And the that aspect?
The smell outside. Whatever we are smelling.
Smell outside. Yes. Whatever we are smelling. Yes. The smell outside. So these combine. So all the experiences have got a common point. The common base is this element only. So whenever our attention does not go there, our attention when we are walking, does our attention go to that rajasic aspect? Actually, that rajasic aspect of fire is making us walk. That we feel the heat also when we are walking, our body gets warmed up. That is the fire is making us walk. Okay, when we are seeing, that is a sattvic aspect of fire that I see. I'm able to see only because the sattvic aspect is working in my eyes. Our attention does not go to that. And that is why Devi Devtas are required. Now, tell me why is this Devta required? Why is it required? Why do we require Devta? This science does not believe in this Devta aspect. But why do we believe? Why do we have to bring in this aspect?
So if there is any function being carried out, means there is some power behind these functions. And the power cannot happen on its own. So devtas are controlling. Without devtas, these experiences cannot be present, cannot be felt.
Very good, Sonia. Yes. And the power is inert. And so we need some sentient entity to control that power. And wherever there is mixing going on, wherever there is some action going on, there has to be somebody sentient who is making the system work. So that is why we need this Devta. And this Devta has been endowed with special power to curse or to bless. So if we do good actions, if we are continuously having good thoughts, intentions are pure, then that devta becomes stronger and stronger. And that is why when our culture says, our Sanskriti says that we should give argya to the sun, we should give argya to the moon, we should give argya to the tulsi. Actually, we are taking blessings of these devtas so that our devta inside us becomes strong. It helps us. Okay, so this was the base. Now tell me what is the in totality when we are taking it at the macrocosm level, at the macrocosm or total sattvic ansh of all the 5 elements constitute of what? Individually, you have told me that individually space, sattvic element of space goes to the side. It helps us to see. Sattvic element of air, it helps in touch. Combine all the elements. What does it, the sattvic element of all does it make?
Brilliancy. You can see.
No. Combined all the 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth. Where do you find all the 5 elements together? I'll simplify my question.
Man, buddhi,
What does it
Chitta.
constitute? What does it mean? Mind, yes. Mind. That mind is made up of all the 5 of sattvic elements combined together. It makes the mind. Because how do you prove, Meenakshi ji? How will you prove that it has all the 5 sattvic elements of all the 5 is in the mind? How will you prove? Like the eyes can only see. Can it touch? Can it smell? Can it taste? No. But the mind, can the mind taste? Can the mind see? Can the mind smell without the object outside? That is why that this mind has, because even if the object is not there outside, I can see, I can smell, I can taste in my mind. I can. When I'm reading your WhatsApp messages, I read it in yours. Your voice is not there, but still I can hear your voice. Sometimes the smell outside is not there, but I can smell. Sometimes I can taste whatever. I remember the taste that is in my mind. Outside object is not there. So the combined sattvic aspect of all the 5 elements makes a mind. Man, buddhi, chitta, hankar. Now, the rajasic aspect. What does all the 5 rajasic aspects combined into? What does it make? We have seen all this and we haven't revised it. I'm very, very sad about it.
Is it
Pancha
buddhi?
prana, very good. No, it's pancha prana. Pranas. Buddhi, why not buddhi? Tell me. Why not buddhi? Why pranas? Let me explain it. What does buddhi do and what does prana do? What is the difference between the two? Why cannot the rajasic aspect be in buddhi? Why it has to be sattvic aspect only? गीतामा, आभामा,
बुद्धि
बुद्धि को सात्विक एस्पेक्ट चाहिए, बुद्धि को डिसीजंस लेने के लिए।
बुद्धि को क्या चाहिए?
मतलब
तो उसमें
सात्विक
राजसिक एस्पेक्ट नहीं हो सकता।
सात्विक हो सकता, राजसिक
Yes.
नहीं हो सकता बुद्धि।
क्यों?
इंटेलेक्ट चाहिए ना डिसीजंस लेने के लिए।
हाँ, इंटेलेक्ट चाहिए डिसीजन लेने के लिए। वेरी गुड। तो इंटेलेक्ट कैसे काम करता है?
सत्ता गुण से ही।
सत्व से काम करता है। वेरी गुड। सत्व गुण से काम करता है इंटेलेक्ट, बिकॉज इट इज अ पोर्शन ऑफ सात्विक aspect. The intellect needs information. The intellect needs information, needs knowledge, and that is why it has to have the sattva good and not the rajas good. Rajasic aspect is not required in the buddhi. Rajasic is required in the prana. And what about prana, Geetama? Why do we need rajasic aspect in the prana?
बिकॉज प्राण मतलब बल है, बलम है, बल चाहिए वर्क के लिए, राजसिक के लिए एनर्जी चाहिए।
Yes. There's a movement the balam aspect, shakti aspect. Prana is when it is moving, it is energizing. So movement aspect has to have the rajasic aspect of the 5 elements, and that it has to have the rajasic aspect and not the sattvic aspect. So combined, all good, very good. Combined aspect of all the 5 elements, combined rajasic aspect comes to make the prana, pancha pranas. You have to be very, very clear about all this. Please make your notes. Please send it to me. Otherwise, you'll forget all this. Okay, so we have revised this. Now we go ahead. Now, next topic that is coming up is Evam Pind Brahmandayor Aikyam Sambhutam. Now, this Pind and Brahmand, this is a new topic which is telling us the Aikyam, the oneness of what? The Pind and Brahmand, the Samashti and the Vyashti, the individual and the cosmos. So, the microcosm and the macrocosm will be explained to us. How this oneness is possible? What is the meaning of that oneness? There's in total, we have got 5 elements. That is called, when it comes up together, it is called Brahmand. And that this small piece of my body is a portion of Brahmand only. Anything is composed means it is being held by somebody. If something is composed, that means it is being held by some devta. That is called Brahmanda. That is Abhimani. This is a body. This is a body. This is an inert body. All the 5 elements have combined. Just now we saw how the combination has taken place, and this body has come up. Someone who is holding this body. There has to be this body, and that is called the Jeev. That Jeev is a devta, the Abhimani of this body. So that Jeev is holding this body. Similarly, if in this microcosm there is one Abhimani, there has to be somebody Abhimani that is holding the whole. This is called as Brahmanda Abhimani. That is called the Brahmanda Abhimani. You can call it Virat. That is holding it. So as this body needs to be held, similarly, that Brahmand also needs to be held. Okay, so both the places it is held. So like we have got our gross body, Similarly, this Brahmand also has got a gross body. Like we have a subtle body, the Brahmand subtle body. Like we have our Karan Sharir, causal body, the Brahmand also has got a causal body. So like we have a Jeev inside who's holding this body. Similarly, that Brahmand is also held by Ishwar. He is called Ishwar. So Ishwar is creating through Maya. Ishwar has created everything through Maya. Ishwar is holding everything through Maya or Prakriti. Similarly, Jeev has become Jeev due to Avidya. So at the level of a Jeev, the Avidya is working. At the level of cosmos, at the level of Brahmand, at the level of Ishwar, Maya is working. This is it. Again, as we have the above, a gross body, subtle body, and causal body, the outside world, the macrocosm, the whole Srishti also has to have this gross body, this subtle body, and the Sukshma Sharir, and the causal body. Like we have a Jeev, similarly there is Ishwar. Like the Ishwar is making through Maya, Jeev is creating through Avidya. So in this way, this Brahmand, Pind and Brahmand, if there is a Pind, there has to be a Brahmand. Okay, so now going further, anything we know, we come to conclusion, anything. Chitta and Chit. See, Chitta, Subhashish wants to know the difference between Chitta and Chit. Chitta, double ta, mana buddhi, chitta and ahankar. That double ta, that means a portion of the mind that has got the memory. But when we call chit, when we remove that double ta and only one ta, single ta is there, that means that Brahma, that Atma only, that consciousness, the knowledge aspect of that consciousness, that is called chit. So chitta is different and chit is different. Chit means that consciousness. Okay. So anything now coming to the topic further, anything is known by Lakshan and Praman. This is a definition. What are we knowing? If we are knowing something, Lakshan Pramanabhyam Vastu Siddhi. This is a definition. Lakshan Pramanabhyam Vastu Siddhi. Anything, if we want to prove anything, we need Lakshan and Praman. Praman means what? Tell me, what is the definition of Praman? What do you call Praman?
The best instrument.
Best instrument. Very good. The best instrument for knowledge is called Praman. Asadharana Karanam Pramanam. Asadharana Karanam Pramanam. So what is the best instrument for any knowledge to take place? Like what is the best instrument for knowing if the vessel is hot? Can we see and know that the vessel is hot?
Touch.
What is the best
Touch.
instrument? Touch. What is the best instrument to know whether if I have forgotten to add salt? Taste. Very
Taste.
good. Yes, yes. You cannot see or you cannot smell and find it out. Some people smell and find it out, but it's not the exact praman, exact instrument. So Vastu Siddhi, how does anything is proved? Lakshan and Praman. So we have to have some instrument, Praman and Lakshan. Lakshan means what? Characteristic. What are the characteristics of that thing? So with those characteristics and with that Praman, when we combine that, we can come to prove something, come to prove some object. Okay. So if Praman is not okay, then the knowledge will also falter. That knowledge will also not be proper. So we need to have these things. So world gives us experiences. World gives us experiences through what? Through sense organs of action, through sense organs of perception, through 5 pranas, okay, through 5 tanmatras, through 4 man, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, antakaran. How many? 5 sense organs of action, 5 sense organs of perception, 5 pranas, 5 tanmatras. Tanmatras means the unmanifest 5 elements, and 4 man, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, antakaran, chatushtai. So these are 24 elements. Through these 24 elements, the world has been, that is why it was said, remember in the earlier, the first sentence of this chapter was what? Ataha Chaturvinshati Tattvotpatti Prakaram Vakshyama. So how these 24 elements have come up, they have explained all these things. How they have 24 elements have come up. So these give us, these combine to give us all the bhog, all the enjoyment or suffering that a jeev has to undergo when he has come into existence. Okay, so Sthul Sharir and element are not separate elements. They are already included in that Tanmatra. The Sthul Sharir and the 5 elements are already there in that Tanmatra. So it is, that is why they say that it is a Karya Bhas, it is the effect of those elements that is being seen. The elements have to be mutually exclusive also and inclusive also. They have to have, they are different also, separately also they are existing, and they are combined also. Okay. Okay, Suprata. Okay, so now when we see that this is Karya Bhazis, the effect is seen. When the effect is seen, what is it? When the effect is seen, that means that is Anuman Praman. Through Anuman Praman, this process is called Karya Karana Vichar. When we are doing this Karya Karana Vichar, what is actually happening? We are trying to find out, we are trying to conclude something. What is it? Through the Praman, we are trying to calculate, we are trying to come to some conclusion. What is the effect? So now when we Lakshan and Praman. So when the Praman has to be there, when the Praman is, we are trying to prove this world of 24 elements, we have to have the Praman. So there are 3 kinds of Pramans. What are the Praman? One is Anuman Praman. Now Anuman Praman means what? I am inferring something. There is Vyapti. If this is there, that has to be there. This is the Anuman Praman. But the extension of Anuman Praman are 3 more. What is it? Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi, and Upaman Praman. Those who have heard earlier, they must be knowing this. So first one is Arthapatti Praman. Who will give me the meaning of Arthapatti from morning class? What is Arthapatti Praman? All these are extensions of Anuman Praman only. What is Arthapatti Praman? Tell me fast.
बाहर गीला है तो हम लोगों ने अनुमान लगाया बरसात हुआ होगा.
Okay. If outside, if I got up in the morning, woke up, and then I saw that everything is wet outside, that means there must have rained last night. So seeing the effect, when I come to some conclusion, it is called Arthapatti Praman. Looking at the effect, I come to conclusion. Don't forget this, please. Looking at the effect, I conclude something. I went to see Brahmaputra, and the Brahmaputra was flooded. So I concluded that somewhere it must have rained, because the water level has raised. The water level has risen. So that is why there must have been rain somewhere in the outskirts of the city. This is called Arthapatti Praman. From the effect, I go to the cause. From the effect, I want to know the cause. This is called Arthapatti Praman. Now, next one is Anupalabdhi. These are all extensions of Anuman Praman only. What is the meaning of Anupalabdhi Praman? Anupalabdhi means seeing the absence you in for something. Anupalabdhi, outside, I saw there is nobody outside on the road. So I conclude that there must be a holiday today. There's nobody on the road, so I conclude that there should be a holiday today because there's no public. Then Upaman Praman. Who will tell me about Upaman Praman? Tell me about Upaman Praman. What is Upaman Praman? Please don't forget about these things. What is Upaman Praman? Come on.
I'll just try. Just like by seeing the smoke. Is it that one? So I can guess that there is a fire by seeing the smoke near the heat.
This one? No, that is Hanuman. That is Hanuman. Smoke and fire. What is Upaman? Upaman Praman?
जैसे कोई गाय देखने से
हाँ.
ये दूसरा कोई एनिमल का जैसे नील गाय है, नील गाय देखने से पता होगा वो गाय जैसे ही है, ऐसा?
नहीं. जब कांटा चुभा किसी को तो मुझे भी एक्सपीरियंस हुआ उसका दर्द. दिस इज उपमान प्रमाण. किसी का दर्द मुझे एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है. क्यों? क्योंकि पहले मुझे भी कांटा चुभा था. तो किसी को चुभता है कांटा तो मुझे भी लगता है दर्द हो रहा है बहुत, उसको निकाल दो, हेल्प करो. Why is it that? Because I also experienced that hurt, that pain sometimes in the past. That is why I can feel that experience. This is called Upaman Praman. And this is applicable mostly during Seva. We need Upaman Praman. If our Upaman Praman is good, then we will be a very good Seva. Otherwise, we cannot do service. So Upaman Praman is if somebody's thorn has pricked somebody, then I feel the pain. If somebody is getting headache, I can feel that pain. If somebody's stomach is upset, I can feel how he must be feeling. Because I remember my pain during that time that I underwent. That is called Upaman Praman. Okay. So cause of this body is what? Cause of the body is there are a lot of energy centers or energy powers in our body. The subtle body is there. That subtle body is not seen. Why? The material cause of that subtle body is what? Material cause of that subtle body is? Why is it not seen?
Sukshma Panchamahabhut.
Yes, the Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut. Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut. That is why it is not seen. But it is there. Just now we saw mind is made up of Satwik Ansh of Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut. That is why it is not there, seen. So all the sense organs of perception are made by Satwik aspect. All the sense organs of action are made up of Rajasic aspect. That is why it is not seen. And where is it housed? It is housed in that subtle body only. And that subtle body travels. That subtle body is there. So mind has got all the 5 elements. Mind has got all the Satwik aspect of 5 elements. Pancha Prana has got all the Rajasic aspect of all the 5 elements. So then we see the gross world outside. All the 5 elements, the Tamasic aspect of all the 5 elements are there in the world. Okay. In this way, eyes and ears, they don't mix. They are working separately. Because The Satwik aspect of space is in the ear. The Satwik aspect of fire is in the eyes. So they don't mix, except in the mind. In the mind, they are all mixed. In this way, the whole gross world outside has also mixed up. It has combined with all the 5 elements, and this whole world has come up. This is called Pratyaksha Praman, that we are seeing everything. This is Pratyaksha Praman. Through a Pratyaksha, no other Praman required. I can see everything, and then I know that this Brahmand has been made. There's something called Brahmand. There's something called Brahmand also that is making everything. Similarly, at my microcosm also, there is one body that has been made that is called the Jeev. This pind, the holder is the Jeev. Okay, so like the Jeev is there has to be Ishwar who's holding the whole gross body, the whole gross Srishti outside. Okay, we have seen this. Now, there must be, see, how do we prove that there are various energies? Like we have got eyes here in our microcosm, in the pind. If I have got eyes, that Virat also should have eyes. What is the eyes of the Virat? Tell me. Like I have got eyes, the Virat also should have eyes. What is the eyes of Virat? Can you tell me?
Amma, can you repeat the question?
Sun and moon.
Yes. Yes, sun and moon. Sun, very nice, very good. I have got my eyes. What are we proving? Whatever is in Pinda has to be in Brahmand. Whatever is in Pinda, because I have gross body, the world also, Brahmand also has gross body. I have my subtle body, the Brahmand also should have. I have my causal body, Brahmand should also have. If I have my eyes, the Brahmand also should have eyes. So my question was, what are the eyes of the Brahmand? So that are the Surya and the Chandra. Surya and the Chandra. If I have got the power of locomotion or of lifting something, that Brahmand also should have that power of lifting. Extremely powerful, that Brahmand should have that power of lifting. And that power of lifting, Varaha Bhagwan took the whole earth on his snout. थूथन बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में, तो उसके ऊपर पूरे के पूरे ब्रह्मांड को, पूरी पृथ्वी को उठा लिया. That is the holding power there. So everything, whatever we have, power of locomotion, we have Gaman Shakti, we have the power to move. There also in Brahmand, we can see huge planets moving, the stars are moving, tremendous movement is there, high speed movement is there. Whatever is in Pind, that has to be there in Brahmand. I have a mouth. What is the mouth there in Brahmand? Tell me. What is the mouth called in Brahmand?
Ocean.
No, stomach is ocean. Our stomach and there that is ocean. What is the mouth?
Agni.
No, death. Death is the mouth because it's eating up everything. Death is that mouth. Kathopanishad says Mrityopasechana. The Mrityu is that this death is the mouth and it's continuously eating. Skalos, Filoka, Kshetrit, Pravadhain. Chapter 11 also it comes, and that Kal, I'm eating up everything. So this creation, the power of creation is there in Ajiv. Power to create is there in procreation and all. In Brahmand also there is this Brahmaji is there generating power. Like we have our hair, we have our nails. What is that in the Brahmand? Like we have our hair. What is
Trees.
that in Brahmand?
Trees.
Trees, very good. The trees, yes, the trees. We have bones. What are the bones in the Brahman? Bones in the Brahman? The mountains.
No.
The mountains.
That is
Okay.
chest,
So,
right?
huh?
Chest is mountain, right? Chest is mountain.
No, no. The mountains are the bones. The hardness, the tough, because it gives the base, the strong base. Then we have power of excretion. Power of excretion. What is the power of excretion there? Throw the whatever is thrown out. The hell, the narak in the Brahman. So whatever you see it here has to be there also. We have the power to hear, the shrotra. What is there in the Brahman? Power to hear, and there in the Brahman, the direction. The direction, because whenever we hear some sound, we try to find out the direction from where that sound is coming. The direction is there. So more we try to understand this pinda, more we will know the beauty of that Brahmanda also, Virat also. So Aikyam here means, Aikyam is a technical word. It does not mean that they are one. How can it be one? In microcosm and macrocosm, how can it be one? We feel we are so small and that is so big. So it's not that this is Aikyam as oneness. It means Bhed Abhed Sambandha. This is a technical term. Remember this. This is not oneness. Oneness indicates what? Bhed Abhed Sambandha. Means what? This finger is not the body. This finger, one finger, is not the body, but it cannot exist without the body. If it gets cut, if it gets separated from this body, it won't exist. This is called oneness. So Bhed Abhed Sambandh means what? You cannot cut an individual from the Brahman and it will keep on existing. It's not like that. It has to have, it is a part of that Brahman, and that is why it is existing. This is called oneness of that Pind and Brahmand. So this is called existence. This is called Aikyam. So without the body, this one portion of that body, if hand is cut, it won't exist unless it is in unison with the body. So it is not saman nahi hai yahan pe, identical nahi hai. Oneness bolna hai, ab to ek hi hai. It's not that Aikyam. Aikyam means Bhed Abhed Sambandha. You can scream. What is, you are able to scream. What is that power there? That the power to scream, that power in the Brahman. Can you imagine? We have the power to scream. We can shout.
Tornadoes, storms.
Bigger than that is the sound of the pralay. You can say that tornado storm also, the sound is very, very big and ferocious. But the pralay sound must be so big. That volcano sound, tornado sound, pralay sound, all can be combined. And that's why then Hanumanji was sitting on the chariot of Arjun and creating that sound. Ooh, Hanumanji was doing like that to scare away the enemy. We cannot hear. That is the sound of that, the terrible sound. So vastness of Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut is very big. Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut I am talking about. It is very, very big. And that is why thoughts of that Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut will also be enormous, very big. Okay. So that subject is infinite. The subject of that thought should be infinite. So as long as Pind is acting as a part of that Virat also protects it. Like if some speck has gone into my eyes, suddenly my hand will go to protect it. My eyelids will get closed. I'll put water in my eyes. So the whole
Brahmand is protecting that pind. Similarly, till I am a part of that Brahmand will continuously try to protect me. When I separate myself, the moment I try to separate myself, my entity will come into a question mark. Then because I won't be protected by anything. So today my time is over. We'll continue with this pind and Brahmandya tomorrow. Please try to revise. Please try to make your notes so that we don't waste our time in revision so much. Yeah, otherwise we cannot move ahead like this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om